Welcome back to our Crude project, everybody. Another episode with my favorite people. What's up, guys?
What's happening? Let's get into it. We out here. Another day.
Another dollar.
Living the dream.
Another day of our dreams slipping away.
Yeah, if everybody's not liking and commenting, I'm watching you.
What is so hard about clicking that like?
Yeah. Start belittling the people watching. Degrading them.
No, honestly. So for the people that are watching,
Hit the like.
hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you like what you see, if you get any sort of value from these contents that we're creating, if you get a laugh from it, there's plenty more to come with that. So stay tuned. Click like, subscribe, comment as well. It'll help us better the content.
We also want to get put in the algorithm, so if you do all those too, it'll help us in other ways.
I mean, it'll help our videos showing up so that you can see it more often if you want. With that being said,
Let's dive in. We got a couple of nice things today. Couple of. Oh.
I mean, let's slow down a little bit. Shit.
Oh shit! I'm ready to go.
Ready to go?
Some of them are just kind of. Some are really interesting. Some of them are like.
They are interesting.
They kind of piece things together.
We always seem to find some like cool, interesting things that we come across to talk about, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It seems that way. Kevin, before we get into this, anything you want to share? How was your day, man? How was your weekend?
Nice and slow.
Nice and slow?
Just the way we like it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, buddy.
Long, steady strokes.
Not for the past 6 days.
It's November.
Oh.
It's November. We're gonna
Oh yeah.
we're gonna pump the brakes. We're gonna pump the brakes
Can you
hard on this month. We're gonna be quite religious about it.
can you be, you know how like you're like a reborn Christian? Can I be like
Wow.
a reborn Novemberan? Because I days go by. I don't even.
This guy already broke it.
I didn't know we were a week deep. You know what I mean? Because I've already been pretty deep. You know what I mean? But
I don't think this is very strict. I think you can just go in like starting a day.
This guy, man.
I'd just be a week lapse.
I had
you know
an interesting weekend.
What'd you do?
Some parts of my body got healed by the touch of the Lord, so to speak.
Touch of Jesus.
Touch of Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an interesting weekend. Learned some new things. Won't share it just yet because more to come. But it was an interesting weekend, man. I don't know. We'll talk about it at some point.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Did you keep their number?
I did.
Okay.
Exchanged numbers for sure. Revisit that whole thing.
Today?
Definitely have. No, not today.
Oh,
Maybe at the end of this week. I think it was. I have definitely some more questions. I have plenty more questions, and once
I feel like
get
it's
some
one
more
of those
answers,
situations where like more questions or more answers lead to more questions.
Yeah, I mean that's what it was. So the more they talked, the more skepticism I had. I don't know.
Can they heal my financial problems?
Oh shit! I mean, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, right. They don't need to heal my body, just my wallet.
You and me both, buddy.
Can you heal
You
me
and
$10?
me both, buddy.
That'd be nice.
Imagine, overnight, your wallet just getting thicker.
That would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
But no, it's pretty cool. So did it? You say it worked? Whatever they did, it did it.
Partially. I mean, for me, partially. For some other people, it worked fully,
Wow.
100%. So
I wanted to ask,
yeah.
what are your like?
So we're talking, for the people that are listening right now, we're talking a little cryptic. We're talking about some healing stuff over here. It might stay a little cryptic because I have yet to gain more information about this. And once I do have sufficient amount of information, maybe we'll revisit this and we'll share the information in a future episode.
For the other
Kevin?
people, and their experience, what
Yeah.
like what did they say Like, are they like all for it now, or like, are they gonna change what they've been doing for their entire life?
Oh, no, it was more so of they believe there is a higher power in play. They believe that a little more now. Their faith in that is a little stronger now
Okay.
because of what they saw with their own eyes, you know?
Yeah.
What they experienced physically and spiritually. So it was an interesting experience, man. I go home and I was told all these people are showing up. I was like, whoa, what? So I didn't have any heads up about this. So when they showed up, I was just full of skepticism. Still am, but keeping an open mind is definitely the key.
Yeah,
Keeping
definitely.
in-
Any sort of regards like that, when somebody does something, I guess you would consider supernatural.
Yeah.
By any means, not something that you can physically see in a sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to keep an open mind with those kind of things, because otherwise, a lot of people say you can't see it, can't believe it kind of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really great and all, but there's
Mhm.
a lot of things you can't see that happen that, just they truly do happen.
Yeah, I agree. Because
As long as it's not open mind, open wallet.
True.
oh yeah, plenty of those, right? Throughout history.
Yeah.
Throughout history, plenty of those.
Selling
And-
that snake oil.
Mm,
Yeah. Buying your ticket into heaven. Let's do that. They did that like way back in the day.
ticket to heaven?
Mhm.
What do you mean?
The church, the I believe it was the Catholic Church, like during the Crusade times,
Yeah.
they would sell you a ticket to heaven.
Wonderful.
So you had to actually use your money, your currency. This is like way times. And
That's
yeah, you would physically buy a ticket to heaven. Oh yeah.
actually insane.
Yeah, church making money, baby.
Wow.
It's like this. I mean, I don't want to step on any toes, but it's kind of like the same thing now. Like you do communion.
Mm.
Where's that money going? Straight to the pastor. I mean, granted, yes, it's what they do for a living, and they do need to, but some of these pastors, dog, they driving in private
Mm. Oh yeah.
jets and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Nah. There's one guy, I don't know his name. One guy in particular, though, he looks like a demon.
He looks like a
He does, dude. He's an old
Dude.
guy. I don't know his name, but there was an interview one time that he was talking to a lady,
Yeah.
and she was like, we heard that you bought a private jet.
Mm.
Because you didn't want to fly commercial with
Yeah.
regular people because they're demons. Dude, his rebuttal, like he was a happy, smiley guy talking to the woman.
Yeah.
He snapped within a second.
Wow.
It's a whole weird thing. If I find, I'll send it to you guys.
Do you guys remember that viral clip of this lady in the airplane that was going around while she was screaming at somebody, pointing at someone, saying,
Oh yeah, she like
"That
disappeared.
mother effer
Is not real?
Not real.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
don't
heard of
know. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care what you do. That mother effer is not a real human." You guys remember that?
Yeah.
There was a follow-up clip of hers that recently surfaced. It's more like nowadays type of clip, like what happened to her now.
Did
And
she
so
go to a
they were-
podcast too?
I don't know, actually. I don't know about that. But the clip that I saw recently of hers was some paparazzi or a news person catching her in the airport again. And they were like, oh, we're kind of surprised to see you in an airport again after what happened in that viral clip of yours. Do you mind shedding some light? Like you said, that mother effer is not real. Are you able to expand on that? Can you tell us why you thought that person wasn't real? And her response was, I was told that I cannot talk about that anymore.
Dang.
So yeah, and she just says it like casually, like, smile on her face, and yeah, sorry, I can't talk about that anymore. I was told not to speak about it.
So I mean, that,
Who?
yeah, that could
Yeah.
be there could be two ways, right? So she could have used that as a scapegoat,
Uh-huh.
way to get out of saying something.
That's a good way to think about it. Yes.
She could have been like, you know, oh, okay, if I say like that, it'll seem like something,
Mm-hmm.
when she might have just been lost in the sauce.
I want it
Or
to be the other one.
I want it to be the other one too. But, you know,
The other
Ye-
one is always interesting.
it's always possible that she could have just really thought of something like, oh, if I just say this, they're probably going to leave me alone. Because that's, I mean, either way, it's super embarrassing because if it were to have been something really, like, I really don't even know the story behind that whole situation.
Yeah.
But if there really were to have been another entity on that plane that was not human, I mean, the powers that be have all of the potential to literally put all of her population around her against her and make her seem crazy. So then now that's super embarrassing. It's
Yeah.
hard. You hard to have a living. Now you're called crazy for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So now what does she do? You know what I mean? She can't be like, no, it's like the people who like, what, back in the 90s, oh, I got abducted by an alien. Yeah, sure you did. You know what I'm saying? These people were labeled as crazy.
Yeah.
And then what? About 8 months ago, 6 months ago, the government go, aliens are real.
Yeah.
We
6 months
have
ago.
them. Now it's just like, okay, buddy.
There was a congressional hearing.
That was a little weird, though. I did watch some of the hearing, and they were a little...
I did too.
They didn't help their case.
It didn't.
Did you, like, we're going off on a tangent, but this
Yeah.
last part.
But the whole church thing, I do want to say one other thing about the church thing. I don't know. Were you guys able to see this one documentary? I don't remember the name of it, but in this documentary, there was these guys who somehow were able to book a ticket into the Vatican, which is so hard, right? So hard to get into the Vatican.
Yeah.
They were able to book a ticket to be able to go into the Vatican, and they recorded. So Vatican is obviously almost like a city on its own, with its own rules, laws, everything. It's almost impossible to get in the Vatican without you have to have a good amount of
It's
justification.
its own sovereign city.
And
Oh, wow.
you
Own government, own police, own.
and you have to have solid justification for them
Holy
to
police.
allow you to
Holy
roam
police.
around, walk around in the Vatican. So these guys were able to go in there as journalists or something like that. They went in to the inner church, like the main church.
Yeah.
What they discovered was honestly kind of shocking and sinister. They were able to record demonic-looking statues.
I got out of here.
Yeah, demonic-looking statues across the hallways, like on both sides of the hallways, like walking down the hallway, and then like going up the stairs and whatnot. There were engravings on the walls, like creepy structures, and then the main door into
The chapel hall.
the chapel hall. Thank you. They recorded this. It's creepy ass giant snake face and snake eyes.
Oh, I know what picture you're
on
talking
top
about.
of-
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm talking
I know
about?
what picture you're talking about. So the way you wouldn't be able to tell without really looking, but you know how the devil works in I guess mysterious or kind of he wants to be hidden but not hidden.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what that is. It's like if you looked at the room at a certain angle, it looks like a giant snake.
Yeah.
The way it's the patterns.
Yeah.
So it was weird. It was honestly pretty dark and sinister. And this is in a
It's supposed to be considered one of the most holiest churches.
holiest. I mean, you're supposed to see nothing but
Angels and
angels
light,
and the
natural light.
Yes.
Motherfuckers walking around in robes,
Dog. This
pissing
was
at you, talking in tongues. Wait a minute.
so what we were talking about earlier, that the whole church and everything, that it reminded me of that.
My opinion of the Catholic Church is it's the biggest scam.
Well, I mean, even back in the days.
So the idea is that back in the day when the bubonic plague happened,
Yeah.
obviously you had priests
Yeah.
come by, and back in the day, priests were the smartest dudes.
because they had knowledge the books.
Yeah.
They
They're
were
the smartest
nobody else was
dudes.
allowed to read.
Mm.
And they knew how to read, they knew how to write, and they were going around and like because I guess people were trying to be blessed, they had to go around to all these sick people, and so like these guys, like the top percentage of I guess intelligence, they die off because they have to be around the plague
Right.
all the time, and then like new people get appointed. But it's like you, oh, do you have both your eyes? All right, you're a priest now. That was like the new requirement, pretty much.
Wow.
Oh Jesus.
Wow.
Do you have all your teeth?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like. I'm pretty sure they probably also sent priests out, to kind of get rid of them. They had like expendable people, but then they started with the whole plague doctor thing to
Yeah.
try and keep it away. Like they'd be
With
like
the little
the beak and everything.
Yeah, the bird beak.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was just so they wouldn't breathe it in because they didn't know like how they just knew you could get sick from just contact,
yeah.
but they didn't know like how it worked. What we were told, as we're told, they didn't know exactly how easily it was transmuted
Yeah.
between humans and other creatures. So
Mhm.
they were just kind of like head to toe and just leather or whatever the heck they were.
It was
wearing.
leather. It was mainly leather, head to toe, black garments, leather with bird beak usually.
Well, the beak was long because they stuffed it with potpourri so they wouldn't smell death.
Yeah.
Real quick, you ever seen those old photos of the Pope and the royal families and like the Rothschilds?
I have.
The Pope?
So
yeah,
like,
yeah,
No,
so
I've
like
never seen pictures of that.
the Pope is supposed to be the big,
Yeah. He's
Right?
the head honcho. He's the big cheese.
and like there's photos where like he's kissing the hand of a Rothschild, or Rothschild is like poking the chest of like English royalty,
Mm-hmm.
and I just thought it was like.
I mean, if you look up.
Dude, them motherfuckers got superpowers.
So here's the thing. Like, if you look, this is Googleable. Googleable.
It's Googleable.
Love it.
Googleable. Make it a shirt.
This is
Googleable.
Google. This is Googleable. If you look it up, who is the richest family in the world? It'll say Rothschild. By how much? I think they're worth around $60-something trillion. The Rothschild.
Well, ain't gonna be nothing when I get that quadrillion rock.
Oh yeah. What's up? Bring it on.
You thought you was some hot shit, huh?
But guess what?
Psych.
Exactly. You thought we were gonna get that. Guess who's gonna get that? The Rothschilds.
They went from 66 trillion to 10,000 quadrillion. That's really weird. This is the price of that rock. It's a little strange. Something ain't mathing up here.
Yeah, but not to go on like tangent too long. There was, you remember that the whole bunch of cardinals that were accused of a child.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Remember that,
yeah.
dude? It's circling back around to that same thing. Like churches, priests, and
Yeah.
whoever else that's in the kind of like running the church. These guys are all corrupt, man. These guys are pedophiles as fuck. Maybe
Yeah.
not all of them, obviously.
Yeah, maybe not
But
100.
there are those, and with the amount that came out that one time, how many of them were?
It's bad.
It's ridiculous.
That was only what that. So
And that
like,
was out of like one area, what was it? A number of how many church would the? It was like, this was from the Vatican, by the way. Crazy, to be honest. Like, how many cardinals were doing this within the Vatican,
Yeah.
under the Pope's nose?
Well, because I mean, it's always been that ongoing thing. Like the altar boy's always been sought after and everything like that. Like
Yeah.
for many years. But then it was like a thing, and it's constantly always like that joke, that stereotypical joke, and it came around, and then like it was like a couple years ago, like it hit such big news that people were like actually finding evidence on their phones and stuff like that, and they found like that there was like an app or something like that they were all linked together on, and then they were like persecuting the actual individuals who were within the church. And I think it wasn't even just in the Vatican, it was all over it was like kind of across like the US, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was.
And that was
multiple
crazy.
reports.
And that kind of died out honestly too quick. You know what I mean? Like that
It
whole
did.
like news
It was
of it.
insane how quickly that died out.
Yeah,
It
the
really
persecution
was.
of that, it was like, I want to say probably a solid 2 weeks, and then it was just like, and we're done.
Yeah, and the fact that a movie like The Sound of Freedom is being shunned and not shown just goes to show you the corruption.
Yeah.
Sound
I've heard a
you-
lot of weird things about that movie on both sides, like how it's not actually correct and how it is correct, and like the issues they had with the director and some of the people that helped create it.
Well, here's
Like
the thing.
they got a bad backstory, evidently. Or
Well, okay, so here's the thing. What I would suggest is people go watch that movie, and then you make your own judgment on it.
it's true.
That's it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You watch the movie, Sound of Freedom, and you make your own judgment on it. Simple.
I mean, no, yeah, definitely got to make your own judgment on the movie and everything like that. But they can make a really good movie, but if the individual who was behind producing it
Yeah.
was not in right mind, or had his own skewed thoughts on things,
What if
it doesn't help. Like, you know what I mean? You get a really good narrative of something and you back behind it and you're like, oh my God, yes. But then you find out it was like all like a lie, or it was skewed in a horrible way to throw another narrative. Because that's what
it's
I
a
was
good
hearing.
perspective?
I was hearing both sides. I was seeing where some people were, because when it came in the movies, the weird thing was how they were. Like, movie theaters were losing AC. Fire alarms are going off.
Yeah.
They wouldn't play the movie for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It would stay dark. They were telling people that they had to refund, like crazy stuff. I've never heard for one kind of movie, right? We're not saying the whole movie theater had a problem. We're talking specific rooms. That is what I was like, okay, we got to look into this. So I started to look into it, and a lot of people made videos on one side, on the other side, on how like, I don't remember the director's name, but there's a director and a producer, and like how he's not the best person, this or that. But then it's like, no, you guys are just,
Let's see if you can pull up the...
I think it was a smear campaign.
yeah. It was definitely somebody was
That's
trying
what-
to shed light.
That's what I was going to say
and
next.
then other people were
What
trying
if-
to
I'll give you an
throw dirt.
example. So like, two of the producers was Mel Gibson, and then the was it Jim or James
Pull it up
Caviezel?
real quick.
Those two got blackballed by Hollywood.
I mean,
There's a reason for it. It's because,
Mel Gibson has been for so many years.
because they're not down with the
They're
Hollywood.
they're not down to clown.
They're not down with the Hollywood like pedophilia and like all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like you said, down with the Hollywood clown. That's a
Ain't
good
down
way
to
of saying it.
clown with the
Yeah.
Hollywood.
So that's what I was going to say next, honestly, because I like your perspective. And then I was also, so my other thing is, what if, what Cavis was saying, it was a smearing campaign as well. So, because like, what if it's that propaganda?
Yeah.
What if they're doing all of this to make it seem like, oh, these producers, these directors are out of their mind. They don't know what they're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And they're making it seem that way so that there's no credibility.
Yeah. Right. You got to make it seem like, oh, that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
You're going to believe this guy? He's actually crazy. He's crazy. And that's always the narrative.
Yep.
That's always a narrative they want to throw to somebody who is giving you some real stuff that they don't want you to hear. Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's
And
crazy.
That's why I said, watch
I mean, this
them.
shit happens all the time, right? And the most recent example is like the migrant children that just disappeared.
Yeah, it's like, what, 82,000?
Yeah, like shit like that, and like so people are. This stuff is real life. It happens.
Expand on that a little bit, Kev. Migrant children. Expand on that a little bit.
I believe they had a Senate hearing,
Mm-hmm.
and then like they're asking for an explanation, pretty much. And the director, I forgot her name, in charge,
Yeah.
was typical like political answers.
These migrant children were from which region mainly?
They just came from the southern border.
They just came from the southern border.
Yeah.
And they just disappeared.
So,
80-something
yeah.
of them.
And then also like some of them, I think Ant and I were talking about it earlier in the week. Like they've been found like working in factories.
Yeah.
Like child labor.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's now over 7 million with the current numbers, I believe, because not too long ago it was over 6 million pouring in from the southern border that were reported that are already in U.S. But now it's with the surplus of new ones that have crossed the border into U.S. And I think it's over 7 million now. And so taking that into consideration, all these people who are undocumented coming from third world countries, they're easily snatchable.
Yeah.
And they'll disappear without anyone knowing or hearing from them. And because they're a nobody, no one will question it either.
Yeah.
They probably don't even speak English.
That's the thing.
True.
And it's to their benefit that if these kids don't speak English, it's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So
But yeah, I think the lady was part of the Homeland Security.
Oh, yeah.
So she's under that other guy, the newer head, because he was the head of Homeland Security right now. He was appointed from Biden, and then he hired a bunch of people, and this was one of the ladies. And yeah, she couldn't give a good answer. 82,000 children went missing, and she was, like, she kept saying that we would give them a slideshow of something, pretty much saying like
they gave him a slideshow presentation and then gone.
Yeah. So like saying like the slideshow, which was probably in English, didn't help them at all.
This is a good transitional point, to be honest with you guys. So while we're on this, we'll transition into the topic that we were going to talk about, which is the government. You talked about the
Homeland Security.
Homeland Security.
Yeah.
We can pull up the picture of who actually takes up some of these high positions in the government. So we have Secretary of Treasury, Attorney General, Secretary of Homeland Security. Looks like at the moment is that Alejandro Mayorkas. So that's the guy you're talking about.
So he's the newest appointed
Yeah.
Homeland Security, and he's been getting railed by. There's one senator, and I don't remember. I can't remember names very well at all, but he's pretty famous, and he has not laid up because this guy under him is the whole shaboing boing happening with all of the infiltration of the southern border. Directly under he's like horrible, like not doing well at all with what they would be doing for Homeland Security because, like you said, it's like 7 million people have just walked across.
So to allow something like that, I think this needs to be held into question, honestly. Like, why is this happening? And questions need to be answered. Hard inquiries need to be done. Because my problem also is that taking a look at this group of people, and this is just tip of the little iceberg, honestly. Taking a look at this, all of these people have dual citizenships with Israel passports. Now, the issue with that is I don't think anyone with a dual citizenship should be in a position in the United States government.
Yeah.
They should not be holding a position.
Especially not like a higher position like these.
These are like some of the top positions in the U.S. government. And I don't believe anyone who is going to represent at any level in the U.S. should be holding a dual citizenship. Your loyalty is to U.S. I am not paying my tax dollars to someone whose loyalties are 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not. That's it's an absolute ridiculous notion. It's a ridiculous thing to accept.
It might be 100% the other way. Like their loyalty is probably to their home state.
So that's the thing. We don't know.
Yeah.
And let's think about this too. Let's give another perspective on this too. There are people who could be fully U.S. citizens, no dual citizenship, just strictly U.S. citizen. But for whatever reason, their morals might be aligned with some other countries because somewhere else that they visited and whatnot. They came back here. And now their loyalty, even though as a full, strictly U.S. citizen, Their
Oh, yeah.
loyalty is to somewhere else. That can also exist. So it's not just the dual citizenship ones. But the chances of you being a dual citizen and your loyalties lying somewhere else other than US, your interests lying somewhere else other than US, and US's people is higher. So for me, that's a big no-no. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I would not tolerate anyone with a dual citizenship, whether it's Israeli dual citizenship, a Chinese dual citizenship,
Yeah.
Nicaraguan or Jamaican, or it doesn't matter what other country, Canadian, Mexican, whatever. It does not matter. I don't care what country your dual citizenship is with. That's a no-no for me. You do not represent the American people and hold a position in the government if you're a dual citizen, period.
Yeah. No, like I completely agree. And I feel like people should have the ability, but not to hold office. Like you could be perfectly fine if you're just a regular citizen, you have dual citizenship, but it shows these people could jump ship to somewhere else. And that scares you, right?
It does, especially considering the fact that you're holding such high-level positions in our government.
Right.
That means you have access to a tremendous amount of information, a tremendous amount of resources, and you could offshore those resources at a whim.
Yeah. These people are supposed to be like top security clearances. I mean, we got Secretary of State, the Attorney General, Secretary of State of Political Affairs. That's great. That's exactly what you would want to see. What do we got? Technology policy.
Yeah.
Director of Central Intelligence Agency.
That's CIA.
So the director of the CIA has dual citizenship. He knows things. He knows crazy things. The amount of knowledge he has of top security is unfathomable, to say the least. And not saying that he is treason or traitorous. Not saying that.
No.
Don't even know the guy. But when you have the ability to now, you can just, he's gone. I am now in the state of Israel.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
There's only one on here that makes sense.
Homeland Security?
No.
Oh, National Intelligence?
No.
Okay. Treasury. Yeah. Okay. I got you. That's it. She's the one. She definitely can count some pennies.
Sorry.
So, do you guys remember how many billions of dollars was it that was accounting error?
She meant she
a lot.
This is under her.
Wow, she was not happy.
Oh man, they claimed it wasn't billions of dollars. They claimed it was an accounting error.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like, I'm jealous. Like, I feel like if I had that much power, I would do a little something for me.
This guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
but this is why I'm not in office, right?
Right.
Because I don't deserve it. Because if you put me in power like that, I might steal some money too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, stealing money. I mean, that's not horrible.
I might help my friends out. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know these guys.
No, I mean,
I have no affiliation with these two.
We're printing out more money than
Zero
we can
affiliation with these two. Period.
Dude, look,
I just met them on the street earlier, and I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to record a podcast with me real quick? I just want your take on a few things. I don't know these two."
We went out to eat, had a great
Dude,
time.
who knows? Like, I wanna say that. Okay, all right. I'm gonna be just. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be fair, and I'm gonna do everything that's right. I want to say that, but like, I've never held a position of power like this. So who knows what would happen? Who knows what I'd do is the thing. I don't know. Personally,
that's just one thing. The other thing that does bother me, and this should not be happening, is an average American has a yearly salary of around 43,000, I believe, nowadays.
Yeah, roughly.
Guess how much the average salary for a U.S. representative is?
Isn't it like 120 20?
250 U.S. yearly salary.
250 for a U.S. representative. So is it like people in
Anyone,
niece power?
anyone
or?
in the government, their base salary is $250,000 a year.
I don't know about anybody. I think they might be a little high. I think some of like state governors.
Dude, that's peanuts.
I think state governors make a lot.
That's their base salary. Everything else, incentive, like this is your congressman. This is your House of Representatives.
Okay,
this
those
is your
people,
Senate.
yeah, those
and whatnot.
definitely make a lot.
Now, when you're
yeah.
holding these positions, these are like top tier positions. You're holding these are not lightweight positions. When you're holding up these positions, they're higher. We haven't done the research on how much these individuals make.
I would
but
usually
you can
say like
you can just imagine how much
few
the
$100,000
U.S. Attorney General makes.
Yeah,
way more.
Also, on top of that, on top of like the money they make,
yeah,
they get complete free college.
Of course.
They get bonuses.
Stocks.
There's like, stocks. They get a lot of like add-ons on top of it.
The base salary is peanuts compared to like what they can do.
Oh,
actually,
true.
if you're at like this type of position, you're at a position where like you can buy a certain stock because you know you're going to bomb a pipeline. And so you're going to affect energy prices.
That's right.
And so like, and then you switch positions and like, that's the type of power and information that these guys have.
Right. Like they don't even need an actual high salary.
No.
They just need like a few tens of thousands and they could just stock flip that and just.
That's the problem, man. That's the problem. Stocks, any government representative should not be holding stocks.
None.
Should not be allowed to have stocks, period. They should not be allowed to dabble in any stocks. Why? Because they have insider information.
Yep.
When you have insider information,
it's a rigged game.
it is a done deal. 100% you are making money, period. You are not losing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi is an example.
It's just big. You know, they have an AI bot to follow her buying. So you can literally just follow it into the place. I guarantee you could make money if you can swing that much cash around. Or even if you did like a small amount, I guarantee you'd making money.
Yeah.
It's a bot that literally follows her buying, selling, and everything. You can, of course, the bot is a premium thing to get to the T, but you can get to the minutes of what she's doing.
So that's a problem. So that's another thing that, I have issue with, because you are elected to be a U.S. representative for the people.
Yeah. You're here for the U.S. You're not
here
to...
for the people. We elected you and put you in. You're doing a civil service job. You should not be making that much money.
No, I definitely don't think they should be made. Like, they should have, like, the utmost great healthcare, things like that, because these people need to be of good mind, sound, things like that.
Sure.
I think they need to be healthy if they're going to be in office. We need an age limit. But the...
term limits,
age limits,
yes.
Public guillotines. We need to, like, they need to have, like, really good...
Tar and feather.
Oh, I like that one better. But, they need to have... They need to have like some good like health cares and things, but I don't see the reason they should be doing the job because they want to be there. So they don't need a high pay, right?
I think you're being too nice about the healthcare. I think it should be the strongest survive.
Well, if it's like that, then they're going to make brash decisions. You know what I mean? That's only going to be worse for us. I'd rather them have like good health in mind.
Okay. All right, Andy Frisella, I need you to chill. I need you to take a chill pill.
Every Congress meeting, they go out there.
We don't need heads on a spike and whatnot. And that's going the extreme route.
Think about it, because then if it was that, then you would do as much as you can, as much good, hopefully, as you can while you're young.
Yeah,
and then you get the hell out.
You're there to do a job for the people. You're there to establish a good foundation, set of rules, something that's going to be beneficial for the people that elected you to be up there to make decisions for them. Do your job, get the hell out.
Yeah, do it right.
And
spend your years.
And leave the place better than you found it for the next person.
Right. Yeah, we definitely doing that.
So
they definitely doing that.
Yeah. Oh, they're definitely doing that.
The American dream was for,
let's
get another one.
Three generations ago. They live in they that was the American dream. We now live in the consequences of that.
3 generations. I think it's been corrupt. I think the U.S. has been messed up in a very bad way.
No, I'm not saying that, but I mean,
we can go down a huge rabbit hole
We can.
on this, but in happier news, you guys want to talk about the dream reading machine of Japan?
Yeah. We can go on about this for as long as possible, for hours. But let's switch gears.
yeah.
We came across an interesting article, and for anyone who wants to kind of look into who holds dual citizenships and how much these people in the government are actually making, these are all Googleable.
Let us know in the comment section who your favorite is.
Oh, my favorite is definitely the Secretary of Treasury. That's my favorite.
That's mine too.
But no, this topic here though, dream reading machine of Japan. Now, I can 100%. I feel like this is up Japan's alley, right? Because everything I see, I feel like
This and
Japan.
hentai.
Yeah, definitely. They can't read my dreams. I like every time I like see something about Japan, I feel like they are going to be the first in real VR, dude.
Oh, I hate you, Kev.
They're gonna be like the first one. Like there's a lot of animes and stuff where
Yeah.
they have like shows and where they put on a VR headset.
Yeah.
But like it's like a full body thing, and it's like something that like goes to like your cerebrum.
Yeah.
But they don't really show like that. The people just like put on a VR headset and they lay in their bed,
Yeah.
and then they like wake up and they're in the like virtual reality kind of thing. I feel like Japan's gonna be the first one to make full dive, baby. I'm talking like you're in there. It's a dream.
there was a movie that was called Total Recall.
Oh, I heard
think-
that.
I
That's
think it
old,
was
right? Older.
Over 10 years ago, I think that movie is. I think it's even older than 10 years ago. But I forgot the guy's name. It's with Kate Beckinsale and the girl who is right now Justin Timberlake's wife at the moment, Jessica Biel. No. Is it
Jessica Alba?
No, Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel, Kate Beckinsale, and the guy who is the main actor. I forgot his name. He was the Penguin in the latest Batman movie.
No, that's not helpful. You can't even tell who the penguin is.
Yeah, I know you can't, but this guy. So there was a scene in that movie where he goes. This is a movie where it's like a. Sorry. Oh, you good there, buddy?
Yeah.
Just get that out of your system.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He goes into. This is a futuristic type of movie, right?
Right.
Cyberpunk type of movie, so to speak.
Sure.
He goes into this little underground facility type of place, and he wants to access his previous memories. So they put him into this machine almost.
Is it the one where the lady's also in like that pool?
No.
Or am I thinking of something else?
That I think you're thinking of
She's like
Blade Runner.
Oh, she's like in a pool and she like sees everybody's thoughts and stuff, and she's like the main. You know what I'm talking about?
I think
she's like really albino looking. She's
That's
like in
the Blade
a
Runner.
pool, and she's just like there, and she like collects everybody's thoughts and everything, and she like redirects, or I don't know. She's like, I don't know what the flip she's doing.
I actually like sci-fi movies like that. It's really cool, the concepts and whatnot, and these just to know what these people were thinking, how their thought process was. It's cool.
I like the visual of like the cyberpunk.
Yeah, how
It's
they make it
really
look,
cool,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, like the visual and the colors and like, yeah.
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. But yeah, this Total Recall movie had a scene like that where he goes into this machine and they plug him in and they play his dreams back. I think that's how it went. They play his dreams back. So think about this. They thought about this over 10 years ago in a movie. So
I mean, definitely got to be
what
possible.
makes you think that they don't have the technology to start developing things like this? With Japan, I think Japan is the world's leading country in technology.
Maybe like public knowledge.
Public knowledge.
Yeah, actually, that's what we were talking about earlier.
We were talking about this earlier.
I think they would release. Japan would be the country to like release this type of stuff to the public.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Whereas
Definitely, no. U.S. is like no.
They either shelve it, or if there's not a way to make a lot of money, then they'll be like, eh.
Yeah.
Like they shelved the guy who made a car that could run on water.
Yeah.
People are
Instead of
constantly
fuel.
coming up with that kind of thing. I actually saw a video of a guy who actually did something like that. Like he did it live. Like I saw it. Like he had water and he had like a type of resistor deal, and what it would do is it would separate the hydrogen from the oxygen and everything, and he just put a thing to it, and
I'm so sorry. Rest in peace to that guy.
yeah, I don't know if he's alive.
Yeah.
I think he's still alive, but
I feel sorry for the guy.
You know what the cool part of those hydrogen engines are is that, like, you know what comes out of the exhaust? Oxygen.
yeah,
So it just pumps oxygen when it separates.
It's such a cool concept. Dog.
Free.
It's insane that they would shelve something like that. So that just goes to show you they are not for the people.
Now, like you said, they haven't been for the people for a very, very long time.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, honestly, that these are the type of people that we blindly kind of elect to be in a position of power in our government to make decisions for us.
You know what
insane.
I think? Well, it's a combination of things. So, like, this type of information getting out gets suppressed heavily, right?
Right.
Because the media is controlled.
Right.
That's plain as day nowadays.
Of course.
And I forgot what I was going to say.
the media got controlled.
The media got controlled.
They're in your brain, buddy.
They're in your brain.
They're in my brain.
They're going
I
through
mean,
your
hey.
Sony headphones right now, scrambling your thoughts.
They're looking through your dreams. But yeah, man.
1,000 dogs in Berlin. What the f- is this?
Oh my God, not this again.
There's not enough mags.
We're not doing this again.
Frag out.
Reloading.
I'm out.
Throw a dog treat.
Get that.
For the folks listening in, we did a previous episode where a bunch of furries, I guess.
Yeah.
Furries?
Bunch of
Sure.
No. Oh, okay. You said they were classified. People who identified as dogs.
Yeah. This was the last episode, wasn't it?
it was
Last episode that we aired.
2 episodes ago.
It's 2 episodes ago?
2 episodes ago.
Oh.
They were
next
in
episode
Germany.
About the ridiculous thumb people.
Oh, yeah. That's not out yet, is it? Is it already out? Did it
It's
just drop?
coming out this Saturday.
Oh, okay. Coming out
So,
soon.
yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned
Which
for
is
that.
in the future, so you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This will be in the future, so you would have already seen that episode. Yeah.
So yeah, they in the future episode, basically people who identify as dogs, not furries. It's different.
Just dogs.
Apparently.
They don't go back on their own kind.
Up in
My
Germany.
dogs are.
And like there's like a clip of them all barking together.
Great
Anyways, that was very bothersome for me. And
Nightmares.
Kev enjoyed it. That topic, that article, that video, I specifically picked it because I knew Kev would love it.
now these assholes are giving me shit.
He just sleeps with his got the old tool right on him. Not enough mags.
Get that? You'll never get me.
He's like having like a one-on-one talk with Milky. You wouldn't betray me, right, buddy? You're not one of them, are you?
He would smell the human.
Yeah. He would let you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not already obvious. I mean, it was like...
I mean, Milk is a little coward, though.
Yeah, he's all bark, no bite.
I mean, he's
Don't
only
do-
like
You don't do shit.
12 pounds. He can't
I
do a
tried
whole
feeding
lot.
him my lettuce. He was shivering, bro. Come on.
He's like 12 pounds. You're like 16 times his size.
I was feeding him a lettuce, bro.
He ain't about it.
He's I think he's like 10 pounds.
Yeah. 10, 12 pounds. Yeah, he's small.
He's tiny.
You need to put him on a treadmill, get him like real stocky. Start putting like creatine in his water. He'll be absolutely yoked up. He walks around.
Woo.
The hell?
Milky.
Indoor
When did you hit
voice.
puberty?
Indoor voice Milky. He stands up on his back legs.
Oh no.
Milky is Kev's dog, if you guys didn't know. But yeah, man, I thought this was pretty interesting. How they can go down a little bit. So let me see what the article was saying here. Yeah, so there's that theory part.
They have techniques.
So to decode the images in the mind during sleep with dream reading machine, that's what they're calling it. They have integrated the data into the algorithm which reconstructs the dreams. Speaking of the algorithm, it can be used to integrate the data from a brain to the appropriate correlated images. The phenomenon they have used is the fact that the human brain produces hormones when we dream during our sleep. That's okay. On the other hand, the hormones produced by the brain is related to what we have dreamt in our sleep. For instance, when we see a rat in our dreams, our brain will produce hormones to distinguish it. So that's a crazy ass theory. To be able to take that theory and then actually create a device to make it work so that your dreams are able to
play back like a movie.
That's insane.
That's weird. That's pretty crazy. So it's like it says like it's like an MRI type of machine that reads the brain waves or something like that.
Yeah, so here the two major techniques that they basically use. According to the studies, the scientists have used two techniques to achieve the goal of the dream reading machine. In the first technique, a person was asked to sleep in the MRI machine and allowed to dream about something. The scientists used the EEG readings to identify when the person began to enter a dreaming phase. In the next stage, the same person was woken up and asked to recall what he was dreaming about. It is reported that this process was repeated nearly 200 times for each person. Dang. The scientists have divided the calculated data and discovered the fact that certain common types of objects from the person's dreams could be correlated with the brain patterns as recorded by the MRI scanner. In the next stage, the scientists have used an internet search engine to look for images that were similar to the object from the person's dreams and entered the data into a learning algorithm that can refine the model even further. The constant, go up a little bit, Kev? Or go down a little bit, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, the camera was in front of it. The constant experiment and researches implemented by the Japanese scientists have enabled them to discover the dream reading machine. So this two things here. So the algorithm thing. One, this sounds like some goddamn Inception shit right here. And then the other thing is the algorithm thing where they use the, internet search engine. That sounds like to me that they've been doing a little bit of a AI implementation here.
So I guess what they do for the internet search is like, so let's say, I was dreaming because I was in a small village or something like that, and then they're kind of giving the AI or whatever. What did they say? They put algorithm. Yeah, they're putting it into an algorithm. Mm-hmm. Which when they say algorithm, I think of like not an AI form.
So a set of that's just a set of codes.
Yeah, like an algorithm is kind of like I think a YouTube algorithm. That's what I think of when I see the word algorithm. Of course, I never really use it in so many other ways, but I guess it's something like an AI. So the algorithm can learn off of pictures, so they can now put two and two together. Like, this pattern of hormones means mouse. This pattern of hormones means butterfly.
That's the part that I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Like your body naturally produces these hormones to distinguish different objects.
It's
like
insane.
They use in the example a rat. So your body will produce X amount of whatever.
Imagine the minds behind this. Like the people that were actually able to figure this out and then create devices that can produce your dreams into like a movie, like
crazy.
Like your cousin was saying about this is like some Black Mirror.
Right. Oh yeah, we had a little, you weren't here. I had a little FaceTime call with my cousin really quick, and
Imagine if they recorded a really bad nightmare, like that you had,
Yeah.
and they can make it into a video format, like play by play,
Yeah.
and then they play it for you, and like you can't wake up.
Oh my God.
It's on repeat. It's like a form of torture.
Yeah.
So this would be a perfect tool for, say, your people, the people like CIA or your government.
To hell with waterboarding.
To hell with waterboarding. Waterboarding is that ancient stuff now to them. This is new. What's
Nightmare
up?
boarding.
Nightmare boarding.
Yeah. Dream nightmare boarding. So
Just don't board the Polar Express.
Dream hijacking.
Lord. I honestly didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I still did not know until you mentioned earlier. Tom Hanks was the conductor in the movie, the animated movie. What was it? Polar Express.
Yeah.
It was Polar Express. Is that a Disney movie? I don't know if it's a Disney movie.
No, DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're going full circle. Back to the
DreamWorks.
dreams.
Back to the dreams.
What if DreamWorks
my
is nothing but
gosh.
like ideas from some people's dreams? What if they've been stealing your dreams and capitalizing? Wow, it's a really good movie idea. DreamWorks has been doing it for years.
They could be, to be honest with you, because here's the thing.
How would they get your dream though? How would they?
With
What do
this
you mean? With this
right?
machine?
Well,
They
with that
can't.
machine, but I'm not wearing that at night.
Okay, but here's the thing. You
You ever been in an MRI machine?
I have.
You know how bad would that be to sleep in that mother trucker?
I always fall asleep.
Well, he's clinically insane, but
So
tight.
you know what's funny? Every time
don't fall
I go, the radiologist has to wake me up because I keep moving because I'm sleeping. I fall
Seriously?
asleep. I don't know something about it.
Sir, you need to wake up. Too many,
There's like a
not
speaker.
enough mags.
There's like a speaker up here.
You're not gonna get me.
On all fours, mother truckers.
You guys are doing the Timmy.
Tammy.
It's even worse. It's even scarier. Timmy's got a gun.
But like with this, we're
Get
getting
that.
into
Did you
the we're getting into the like Inception
Yeah.
realm.
That's what I said earlier.
Wouldn't that be crazy, dude? You guys have we have instead of what do they say? We have now going to, instead of regular warfare, we're in
Psychological,
technological warfare, but now it's going to be like
psychological.
cerebrum warfare. We're like loading up on the internet. It's like Call of Duty IRL, dude, but it's like not IRL. We're out here actually doing
You know what this
internet battling in our minds on a machine, shooting each other.
You know what? You
Shooting.
guys seen the movie
Just
Ready?
not loads, not this month.
Not this month.
There's this movie. I think the director is Steven Spielberg. It's called Ready Player One. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
I think we're slowly pushing towards a direction where there's going to be a lot of people just in a VR world
Oh, definitely. 100%.
Oh, because
dude.
like they hate their real life.
because they hate their real life.
Well, isn't
And
Ready Player One where he controls a prisoner?
Ready Player One is
Or is that
basically a dystopian world where a lot of people, where a giant tech company
Yeah.
owns a whole bunch of VR systems,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to live out your day-to-day life fantasy world in the VR, and you're competing. There's a game that everyone competes in
Yeah.
to win a prize, and apparently this prize, if you win it, it has like a IRL tangible item.
What's
So-
the movie I'm thinking of? It's a bunch of there's it's like a VR, it's like a video game or something like that,
Yeah.
and they control the other actual person, but like all the people are like prisoners. They're all fighting to the death. Something like that.
I
But
have no idea what
but
that
like everyone's
movie is.
watching it live.
You have something I could search or?
No, I can't. I don't even remember the guy's name. Nothing. The main characters.
No, this is a game. The one that I'm talking about is
It's
like literally this teenager kid who goes into a VR world. He's playing a game and he's competing against other people who are also in this virtual reality game that they've entered. And
Never seen it.
They're competing for a prize that the founder of this company, this big tech company, the founder of that tech company, who is a good person, his partner, kind of, for people who don't know the story, yeah, I'm spoiling it right now. But if you haven't seen it, it's been a few years since this movie has come out, so you've missed out anyways. Spoiler alert. This, but yeah, the guy hid a item where you will be super rich if you win it, and if you find it, if you figure it out where it is in the game. So it's not just becoming rich, you become extremely rich. So the guy who is in charge of this big ass tech company,
Yeah, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
killed, he made it look like an accident. He killed his partner because it was these two guys who came up with this.
And he wanted all the
with
money.
the VR and what, yeah. And the other guy who died, the other founder, he was actually the one. It was his idea and everything. He was a good person. This other guy was a greedy bastard. It was his partner. He killed him.
Did he upload his mainframe into the V?
That kind of, he uploaded like his, like, have you ever
His
seen
conscious or
his
whatever?
consciousness? Yeah, there was he uploaded that, and he has like video messages that pop up throughout in the game.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
I might have
And
to see this. I might have to watch the movie.
yeah, and it kind of like gives you hints and guides you towards the ultimate prize. And this guy who owns like an army of VR players through his tech company,
Yeah.
he is after this prize the most. And this kid who is just living in the little dystopian apartment.
But it has like a $2 million VR headset.
Yeah. Boy. Kind of. It's a very cool concept for the movie.
Yeah.
And I think Steven Spielberg is thinking of making a part 2 of the movie.
Ooh.
A sequel.
Wow.
We'll see. But yeah, it was a cool movie. And so that's kind of unrelated to the dreamlike, but it's technology-wise, it's kind of related.
Yeah, getting there. I'd be happy if we could get some real cool VR stuff going. I mean, this comes probably with a weird price at some stages or anything, but I would like to be able to see my own dreams.
Well, did you see Mark Zuckerberg's glasses, his Meta glasses, his VR what is it? It's like a virtual reality AI glasses, basically.
Oh,
They're like $10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not doing none of that. I mean,
Or I don't know if it's 10,000, but it's a ridiculously amount of money
yeah, that's crazy.
for some glasses that are. It's literally from some like Tom Cruise futuristic type of movie.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's like you wear them and it'll
Scanner.
like a scan shit. Yeah, it scans you. You can read, like, if I look at Matt and I can just like kind of
See his
it's
power
like a
level.
Siri. Yeah, his power level is going to be like a -2.
Vegeta, what is his power level reading?
It's something like that. Yeah.
9,000. Oh, actually, one time when I was a kid, I had a dream,
Yeah.
and I knew I was in a dream, and I couldn't wake up.
I've had those dreams before.
Is that like what was it called?
A nightmare.
A
No.
dream. Well, it's a dream within a dream, and that's literally what the concept of the movie Inception is.
Yeah. Oh, whatever it was.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it like that?
No, not like. So when I always think of sleep paralysis or something like that, I think of like you are actually like awake, but you can't move.
Yeah.
But like I was actually in a dream because I was a kid and I was dreaming and I was in my school, but I knew I was asleep. And it was a dream, and I was in my school, and I was like telling people, I was like, "Yo, I'm dreaming. How do I wake up?" Like
Yeah.
I was talking to people in my dream, and I knew, and I couldn't go to sleep. The whole I woke up, and I was like really young. I was crying. I was down with my parents, and I was like, I had a horrible dream. Then I knew I was asleep, and I couldn't wake up. My mom was like really into that kind of stuff, so she was like, my dad was like, "What the f- go to bed." But like my mom was like really more. She was asking me like all kinds of questions and stuff, and I was like, I don't know. I just knew I was in a dream. And I knew I was dreaming. And so it freaked me out. And so I tried to wake up, but I couldn't wake up. Never happened again. But I think that was my awakening of my third eye, and I missed it.
Do you guys remember your dreams? I can't remember my dreams.
I
Not-
remember.
I'd be very
Barely.
curious to have this machine and like, because I don't remember.
I remember bits and pieces, but they fade from me so fast. Like the morning I'll wake
Actually,
up.
apparently, when you only dream like the last few minutes of your sleep before you wake up.
Yeah, there was a
Apparently.
study done. There was a study done that if you are,
Because of like how deep of a sleep you're in and stuff like that.
you have like phases where how deep of in a sleep
Your REM
you
or
are,
whatever they call it.
and how deep your sleep is,
Yeah.
and what because the deeper sleep that you fall into is when you start dreaming. I've had dreams like that before, and sleep paralysis. Yeah, it's like it's not a dream within a dream. It's
like
more
you're
so of
kinda, like,
like you're dreaming
sleeping.
that one dream. You're in this one dream and you feel stuck. You feel like there is a heavy weight or something like that on top of you, like not silencio demino shit, and like it's holding you down and it's like not letting you get up. But you're awake and you're struggling. You're trying to get up and you can't. That's sleep paralysis. But a dream within a dream, I've had that as well, and I've been absolutely conscious to it.
Yeah.
I knew that I was dreaming within a dream. I knew.
Like
It's
hindsight
insane, but
would
I
have
knew.
been way better if I would have known. I mean, I guess I was like a kid, so like if I was like to like manifest stuff in a dream, it'd probably be like playing video games or something stupid like Mountain
Yeah.
Dew, right? But like now it would be like, what does my mind? 24 pack. I wake up, I have diabetes.
No diabetes.
But no, I would like wake up, or I would want to be like, I would want to manifest like, what can my mind actually know? What things, you know what I mean? Or like manifest certain things. I don't know, just try and find knowledge.
I wonder how this machine will be able to play back that type of dream, or
Like if it's like supernatural, like what really will happen?
that, or the ones where it's a dream within a dream. How will it?
That would be wild, bro.
How will
Hormones
this
are going nuts,
Yeah.
firing off. They're like, get him out of the machine.
How will it play back?
I'm getting drug out. Ah!
Lord.
I've actually never been in an MRI machine. I've just seen them, but I would hate that.
Can I
hate-
describe it to you?
I know exactly. Oh, I've seen them, but
Oh,
I've
you
never been in it. But I've been very close to one. My parents have had to do MRIs before and stuff, but like I've never been. It's just like a tube. It's like a metal tube.
It's
dude.
a wild experience.
Just you're in a giant magnet tube, and you can't wear anything metal in there, and you just have to you're just like that's it. You're penciled in that mother trucker, and that's it. Like you could be relaxed, but like yeah, it's a tube.
The tube, so that when you're, because you lay down and they slide you in.
Yeah.
When you're looking up, or normally, the tube is like literally maybe like 3 inches from your face.
Yeah. You're in there
Very
tight.
close.
You're tight.
And right above you is like a speaker where the radiologist like will communicate with you.
Yeah.
So like when I fall asleep, they'll be like,
Sir.
excuse me,
Sir.
wake up.
Sir. Send out the shock.
But it's like you need earplugs because it's really loud.
Yeah.
It is.
The imaging that gets done, it's like knocking noises
What is the
in different patterns.
What's the radiation? Is it the Hawk shit? Gamma radiation?
Yeah.
Is it?
Gamma rays.
Is it gamma rays that it produces?
Gamma. He got hit
shoots-
with like an immense amount of.
No,
gamma
not Hawk, but I'm talking about the MRI machine.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I forgot.
What kind of radiation?
What
does
kind
it
of
give him?
radiation does the MRI machine produce?
Well, I think it's
Because it's bad for you. The more you do it, it's not good. I mean, even if you do it the first time around, it's
I
not
think
good
it's
for
a
you.
type
So
of like magnetism.
can you see what's?
So it's probably
remember.
like I would assume maybe gamma, but like
I don't know if it was gamma. I think that doesn't say.
it's magnet related. So emit
MRI scans do emit non-ionizing radiation.
ionizing. Huh. Whatever that is. The MRI Mayo Clinic.
Anyways,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff that they can. Japan. Well,
Well, this one
honestly,
says-
it didn't catch me by surprise, to be honest with you. It just caught me by a thought of, oh shit, that's actually pretty cool. But it didn't catch me by surprise that Japan was able to do this.
Yeah.
That Japan was able to develop a device that can play back your dreams.
Yeah.
No, because Japan are able to do crazy ass shit because of the fact that their technology is actually pretty far advanced.
Yeah. They're really doing things. They're really doing things.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're
They're going to be the first player-ready one.
So MRIs do not use ionizing radiation and is considered a non-invasive procedure. Instead, MRIs use a strong magnetic field and radio waves to take pictures.
Some people do say like the way the frequencies of radio waves can disrupt
Yeah.
your body's circadian rhythm.
yeah. But anyways,
I just threw the word circadian rhythm in there. I really don't know if that's valid. It sounded cool.
do you know what circadian rhythm is?
Not a clue.
All right, so circadian rhythm is your body's clock.
Oh, like your okay. So like
Your internal clock system.
so when when you wake up, it's your circadian rhythm.
you know how
You're harmonizing on a weird frequency.
Kind of. You know when you go into when you go from one time zone to another,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, going from here over the pond to like say England or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know how you get jet lagged? When
Yeah.
you go over there,
Circadian rhythm.
you messed up, you can't sleep, you sleep at the wrong time. That's your jet lag, that's your circadian rhythm all messed up. Why? Because it has to do with the magnetic poles. One way to fix your jet lag is when you go to a different time zone, to get rid of your jet lag,
Yeah.
take off your shoes, take off your socks, go touch earth. 5 to 10 minutes. Touch earth. Solid earth. Not asphalt, not pavement or anything like that. Solid earth, like grass of some sort,
Uh-huh.
in flat, no bridges, nothing like that. Flat earth. Touch with your feet, bare feet, touch that earth. What it will do, it will align your circadian rhythm, just like that. That's a good pose, buddy.
Just me in the field.
It will align your circadian rhythm to that time zone so that you are not jet lagged. You will be able to sleep properly, and it especially is important if you're going for like, I don't know, a short period of time or, because if you're there for an extended period of time, well, your body adjusts. But if you're there for like a week or so, definitely do it. Definitely do it so that you're not jet lagged 3 days out of the 4 or 4 days out of the whole week. It's important. So I learned this not too long ago, actually, and was
Well, a lot of people say grounding is like a really, really strong way to like help with your own actual mental and like physical health. People do it now with gardens. You ever heard of grounding? Grounding a garden? So in your garden,
elaborate, enlighten me.
in your garden, you're going to take a copper rod, okay? And you're going to put it straight into the ground, about like a foot or so deep. And then you take the top of the copper rod and you can coil like some wire on it, and you pretty much just like make like a surrounding area around your garden, and then you put the other end into that soil. Like something about the grounding of it or something like that. People have been doing that.
What type of wire does it have to be?
Copper. Or anything that will
So
that
copper
actually like,
rod.
pass through. Yeah, it has to be a copper rod. Is
Copper
the best
rod and then
conductive
copper
for ground
wire
Yeah.
wrapped around it at the top.
Pretty
end
much
of
you're
it.
just grounding the soil at a better rate. Like granted, like okay, well people could be like, okay, well you're putting the plant in the ground, grounding. I don't know. I don't know the exact science behind it, but there have been many of people who have had this is a fruit from non-grounding. This is a fruit from ground. And the size difference is immaculate. I'm talking about like tomato to tomato, like
tomato to tomato.
it's crazy. Potato to potato,
Okay.
cucumber to cucumber, like.
It's that eggplant emoji.
It's huge, dude.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's crazy. Some people do the same thing with their own body. They do like a grounding thing.
Okay. That's actually interesting as hell. I did not know that.
Yeah. There's
But-
actually grounding blankets too. You can buy.
What the hell is grounding blankets?
It's just a blanket. It's a blanket that's made out of a certain type of material
Uh,
that is supposed to do the same thing. It's supposed to pretty much ground your body in some form or fashion.
oh, okay. Interesting. That's actually pretty interesting,
If
man.
you look into grounding, it's a lot of stuff to it. Plants, humans.
Look into this. I don't know, but I'll be looking into this. So grounding your garden and grounding there are grounding. You don't necessarily have to look it up, Kev. This is for the viewers. They can this is Googleable.
This is definitely Googleable.
Yeah. But anyways,
To hell with it.
this is our last one, right?
Yeah. So last thing we came
Honestly.
across here.
All right, this is actually pretty freaking cool. At the same time, it could mean other things as well that might not be so cool to some people. This depends on your viewpoint. So, different perspectives. Came across this topic. Billionaire ex Walmart exec. So, ex-billionaire executive of Walmart says the first settlers of his planned $400 billion city, Telosa, will likely be selected through applications, and they could move in by 2030. That sounds quite similar, like another deadline of a city that's supposed to be finished and livable. The Saudi Arabian state-of-the-art new city that they're building,
The line.
the line, Neom.
I don't know why they picked. Why did they pick that kind of a structure? A straight line.
Go back to the Telosa one first. So here's a clip. Here's a clip of what we found. Well, let's read through this article really quick. Sorry for making you go back and forth. go down really quick. Okay. Mark Lohr. That is the former Walmart executive. He wanted to build a futuristic utopia, and the city's name is going to be called Telosa. Let's see if it says the exact location, because last time I looked into this, the location that he was thinking of building this futuristic city
Oh, he's gonna do
was going to be
50,000
around
people.
first applicant. Yeah, so around I believe the first applicants are going to be okay. So this city is going to be in the region where it's gonna kind of encompass Nevada, Utah, Idaho, Arizona, Texas. Those are some of the possible states that he's thinking of creating. Utah being the main. Utah, Idaho being the main prospects. State prospects here to create his futuristic utopia city. Telosa. What was Telosa again?
Oh, the meaning?
Oh, yeah.
The meaning of Telosa is the highest purpose. And you can imagine the only people who are going to be in that city are going to be of their highest purpose. Some elitist type
Lord.
shit right there.
Definitely some elitist, some globalist type shit. Imagine.
This thing was saying, so I was reading up higher. So of the 50,000 people that will be there, pretty much the everything is like kind of owned by, like, I don't think the people will really have any ownership of anything in there,
No.
but like all the vehicles and everything are going to be autonomous. So it's just going to be like railways of cars that you just kind of get in and you just like, take me to Starbucks.
So it's supposed to be a autonomous city. Every transportation in the city is going to be autonomous. Completely sustainable is what they're saying. Renewable energy is what's going to fuel. Solar is what's going to fuel. Clean energy is what's, they're going to go by and what's going to fuel the city.
You're going to have autonomous police.
A whole lot of, I'm thinking a whole lot of battery.
I disagree with the elitist.
Yep.
I think this is going to be like an ant farm for
I believe
rich people.
Yeah. You think so?
I think it's going to be like an ant farm, and they could be like, oh, let's try this.
So you think the elitists...
You think they're just going to put expendable people in
Yeah,
this.
of course. Well, we're all expendable.
True,
We're
but I
all
mean, like-
expendable, but what better way to make a futuristic, appealing city for the rich that cannot be controlled, that are free thinkers, that are kind of, outside they have a little bit of a rebellious nature. But you create something that is going to be so appealing to them that they're going to be like, oh, you know what? I want some real estate there. You know what? Yeah, I would like to live there. Imagine I have a penthouse over there. So it's appealing to them. They'll move there. But I feel like it's all a trap. So
Definitely seems like, too much autonomous is never good. I've seen iRobot.
oh yeah,
I saw that.
who hasn't?
Yeah, I saw that movie.
So I feel like this is cool and all,
yeah, sweet idea.
but we'll see how this pans out. I don't know if construction.
It's already working. It's already appealing to you.
I don't.
Appealing to watch from the
who knows?
outside.
True.
I'll
Yeah,
watch
from-
with my binoculars.
Yeah. You see the little mountain in the background? I'll sit over there and I'll just oh, that's cool.
Telescope.
Let's go over to the next tabs. Let's see the little concept clip of this city that they've presented.
Wow.
So
Look at the cool structures.
yeah, it's supposed to be
Of
super
today's world,
futuristic.
such as overpopulation, pollution, and climate change. These future cities aim to redefine what it means to create a thriving city from scratch that is designed to be sustainable, resilient, inclusive, and equitable for all of its residents. The name Tolosa comes from the ancient Greek word telos, which can roughly be translated to the greatest purpose. First unveiled to the public in September 2001, Tolosa is the brainchild of American billionaire Mark Lohr. Shortly after stepping down as president and CEO of American retail powerhouse Walmart, Lohr announced his ambitious goal to create the planned city of Tolosa. Through his visionary project, he aims to create a more equitable and sustainable
Why do those
future
look like
that
QR
can become
codes?
the blueprint of future generations.
Yep.
In charge behind the master planning of Tolosa will be world-renowned Danish architect Bjarke Ingels, who has previously been commissioned by Toyota to create a smaller, smart future city in Japan. The core concept behind Tolosa, and the reason as to why it's being planned in the first place, according to Lohr, is to create a city with the needs of the people serving as its foundation.
To focus on what's most important, culture, values, and really putting people at the center.
As it stands, more than 50% of the world's population currently lives in cities. This figure is expected to increase to as much as 70% by the year 2050. Because of this, cities have become important centers for education, research, and economic opportunities for millions of people. And although cities have brought much growth to a few handful of individuals, not everyone directly benefits from the
It's all lies. I don't believe them.
So take
my money.
Sorry, that's a glimpse.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like the uber elitists, the people that actually run the show.
Yeah.
They're trying to push the entire population to this fake utopia, and then you can't
Gotcha.
leave, and then you
Yeah.
can't leave.
Where they can control every aspect of your life.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. They got
And they don't have to. Because why? Because now you're extremely dependable on all of that to be able to live there.
yeah.
So they're not forcing anything on you. As soon as you sign that application to be able to live there, well, now you've signed over all of your dependencies over to them. So
It's
now
gonna
you're
be like the
absolutely dependent on them.
it's gonna be like the Apple
The Apple.
software update, like the no one reads.
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
entire
You don't read
thing.
the terms of service and everything
Never.
like that.
That's with a lot of things.
And they'll be like, oh, we can do whatever we want whenever we want. They're gonna hide that in there somewhere.
yeah.
Fine print.
I agree.
Yeah, this definitely seems like a rat trap if I've
This-
ever seen it.
Yeah.
It could be wrong. It could be a really cool place, but I mean, you got to imagine it's going to be a very dependent thing, and you're going to go there, and they obviously want to make it seem like you want it,
Yeah.
right? They're not going to be like, "Hey, go there." No, I don't want to.
Mhm.
They're going to make it seem like this is going to be the best thing for you. Look how great and awesome this is. I mean, they do it with everything else. And it's like, it looks really cool. I even think it looks cool. But I'm not going to go.
I think it looks awesome as hell. If it was going to be something like this, yeah, sure, it's going to be cool as hell.
Yeah,
but
behind the scenes, it's not going to be that cool. I just don't see it being that great of a thing to be for the people, right? It's going to be for some people, but probably not majority of the people who are living there.
For people who want to hand over their freedom, basically, it's perfect.
Yeah, definitely. And
It's
I mean, they're not going to
definitely
say that, they're not going to make it seem like, oh, go to this and you're going to have the best time of your life with no freedoms. They're just,
go over to this. This is quite similar to Saudi Arabia's new city that they're creating, the Line. Play that clip really quick of Saudi Arabian city.
The line.
Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint, designing to protect and enhance nature. The Line will be home to 9 million residents and will be built with a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. And we are designing it to provide a healthier, more sustainable quality of life.
Right along the coast of
The Line's communities are organized in 3 dimensions.
The poor at the
Residents
bottom.
have access to all their daily needs within 5-minute walk neighborhoods.
And if you
And
live at the
Line's
bottom, your
infrastructure
neighborhood's going
makes
to be
it
a long
possible
walk.
to travel end to end in 20 minutes with no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world-leading architects, the Line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade.
No, hold on, pause it.
Intelligence.
Plane runs right into that every day.
Oh yeah.
It's a mirrored finish? Dog, you think there's just more mountain? You're running clear into that thing.
well,
That's a horrible flaw design.
I would imagine.
Camels are running right into that thing.
I would imagine that they were smart enough that they were going to say, from this point to this point,
No fly
in this
zone?
region, no fly zone for this risk, because they are building. I've been looking into Saudi Arabia's infrastructure for a little while now, and they are building a whole lot of futuristic infrastructures. They're building a state-of-the-art, futuristic, international airport close to this. And it's strategically going to be placed so that
when you fly
airport,
in, you see it?
well, internationally, it's 8 hours from every location. From all around the world, that airport. We could look into that as well, but nah.
You know
we can look into it.
What's interesting about this, the Line and like the Tolosa,
Yeah.
like it's the same thing about like the electric car argument.
Play the video real quick. Let's
one
finish
sec.
it up.
It's the same thing as the electric car argument. Like,
It is.
you know how much fuel it's gonna take
Yeah,
to build this thing?
to make the whole thing run.
Even though the end result is 0 carbon emissions, then that's big air quotes.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to dig up so much earth,
So
use
much building.
fuel,
And how's it going to
natural
run?
gas,
That's what the
so many minerals, all this mining.
How's it going to run? Like, what's going to like, is it going to be like solar paneled for it to
Well,
run? I mean,
play the clip so we can, because they explain it in this clip.
Residents have access to all. Imagine a traditional city and consolidating its footprint. And walk neighborhoods. And the Line's infrastructure makes it possible to travel end to end in 20 minutes with no need for cars, resulting in 0 carbon emissions. By leveraging AI technology, services are autonomous, saving you time and effort. Designed by world-leading architects, the Line is 500 meters tall, 200 meters wide, 170 kilometers long, and housed within an elegant mirror glass facade. Intelligent solutions create efficiency and year-round temperate microclimate with natural ventilation, Energy and water supplies are 100% renewable. The line is designed as a series of unique communities, offering a wealth of amenities, providing equitable views and immediate access to the surrounding nature. With 40% of the world accessible within 6 hours, at the heart of the globe's key trade routes, a place for commerce and communities to thrive like nothing on Earth seen before. The Line, the city that delivers new wonders for the world.
It's not in this one. It's in the long form one.
Yeah, no,
But
that's wild.
they're making it. They're building it in segments. You know, the part where it kind of like
Shows the
zoomed
different
in.
communities and stuff like that.
Exactly. They're building it in segments, and those are modules that they're building it.
Yo,
There-
gang
it's-
war is about to go wild over there.
Hey, yo, what module you live in?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
8.
I'm from the bottom, south at 8, bruh. Southeast 8, southeast 8. That's gonna be nuts, dude. No way.
Yeah, this is actually pretty impressive, but at the same time, I don't know the amount, like you guys were mentioning, the amount of earth that you have to dig up. That's been a lot of there's been a lot of controversy on the construction of it already, because
Yeah.
it's causing a whole lot of uproar. So I don't know, and not much is being covered on the construction of it.
I don't think they'll let them cover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's been little. There's been
No,
some,
I mean like the specifics. Like,
oh yeah. of
oh, like
course
how
not.
much gasoline are you using? How much diesel are you using? How much natural gas are
Imagine-
you using?
Yeah. Do you remember of the World Cup stadiums that Qatar was building?
Yeah.
How much controversy was on that? Because the amount of people that they were forcing to build those stadiums in a short amount of time, a lot of people died from it because of harsh work environments.
Yeah.
And no, they didn't. There was protests, and it was all quelled. It was they didn't get any actual repercussions. The people that were forcing these workers and providing them with harsh work, harsh hours, and so as a result, a lot of people died to construct those World
Oh,
Cup
yeah, I
stadiums.
can
There was protests and boycotts that was trying to happen for the World Cup to not take place in Qatar because of that. So, yeah, that was. So I wonder what's
Yeah.
the
almost-
the environment like for the people that is going to build this enormous project.
270 kilometers.
Yeah.
I mean,
long.
insanely big.
That's nuts.
On a technological level, insanely advanced. I don't know any other construction project right now that's taking place around the world that is as technologically advanced as this and on a grander scale than this at the moment.
200 meters wide is crazy.
It's
On a personal level, I
Yeah.
think these cities are stupid. Like on paper,
mm,
don't get me wrong. The
Yeah.
idea
Seems great.
is fantastic,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have the technology to do this right.
I think we do.
No, like
They
I'm-
just it's not open source technology. That's why. You know
well, now
this.
we're going down a different rabbit hole. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying for what we know,
Yeah.
for what the general public knows, like it's gonna take so many natural resources to build
That's-
these projects.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Is it going to be worth in the long run to get the outcome of what it took to get there?
How sustainable is it for how long?
Yeah, true too.
And then more importantly, how many people have to die for this?
It's 170
that's the other
kilometers
thing.
of death.
You ever
So
seen those
here's-
African mines? Like when they like mine like cobalt and shit,
Yeah,
That's the other
and
thing.
copper.
That's what we were talking about the other time, right? Or
it was me and you.
It was
Yeah,
you
we
and
couldn't remember lithium and
cobalt.
cobalt. We were thinking
Cobalt.
of lithium. It's lithium and cobalt. Was
Those
the other.
guys are ass to ass mining with their hands. You've seen that picture, right?
I've
Yeah.
seen it. There's a
for
clip
these
of it.
for the
know
electric
what?
cars.
Yep. Yeah, it is for the electric cars because they need lithium and cobalt and the other stuff. But the other problem I had, so like with the line, they were like, and with the what is the word they put? The something of AI intelligence, the tip of the scales or whatever the heck she was saying.
Yeah.
They could use autonomous like delivery of everything. So it's like it's implementing like a lot of your resources are going to just be brought to you autonomous. It's like, dude, it's like another potential of lost control, right? Mm-hmm. Granted, yeah, you could probably walk to a store. Like, granted, we don't know how the stores are going to work. They said there's be a walk to everything. Hopefully, you could walk. There's general stores everywhere. Because if you're reliant on an autonomous thing and you're at the bottom, and they put you at the bottom because you're the least of the economic status, well, you don't get food this week.
They could.
Right? It could be the greatest thing ever. Oh, okay, you don't want to be here? Go live out there.
So, because I looked into this line a little deeper. I watched some long form videos of them explaining the whole construction project and what their vision is for the 9 million people that it will house. I did not see anywhere in the video where they described it as such. It was almost the opposite. Now, how much of it is going to be true? How much of it there is going to be, them staying true to their word? That is
true.
To be
But
seen.
they can't say like the lower economic status will be at the bottom of the
So
line.
they described it as it will be a city for everyone to live as equal. So even if you're living in the bottom, it is only like a 30-second walking distance to an elevator to take that will take you all the way up.
Yeah.
And all the way across and to the other side. It's that easy for everyone at any level. You can go from the top to the bottom and the top to the bottom from bottom to top in any direction. It's like 5 minutes or so walking distance. You will get there, and then I think it was like 15 minutes or so to get from one side to
probably
the other
with
side,
no
because
traffic.
they're developing a train system within it that's going to be similar to what Japan's bullet train is. So that's what the 15 minute
You ever seen
thing
people
is.
get on a train in Japan?
I know. So that's why. well,
Get in.
well,
Get in. They do that. They have put the train people there. They got to do that.
yeah, the conductors.
Shouldering the
Is it
people
the
in there?
Yeah, the train conductors.
They're just workers.
Well,
Or think the conductors?
no, some of them are the conductor, but some of them are like the people that take the ticket and whatnot on the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're literally just like shoving you in there with their shoulder to make the people go in. And they're always like what you said, just get in.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I saw a video where one of the guys actually kicked some dude in there.
They have. I mean, yeah, they would get him in there. They ain't gonna see him ever
We're
again.
on a schedule, buddy.
Yeah. And so, but they're limiting this. So the fact that they're limiting the amount of people that can live, so that they're taking into consideration how many houses are going to be in that place. And
They're trying to not overpopulate. Which
exactly.
Is good. It's a good idea.
And so I think taking that into consideration, they're thinking, oh, we won't have Japan's transit problem. So
That'd be good.
That'll
be good.
So the long form videos of them explaining this whole project
More detailed.
It's a lot more detailed, and I
Okay.
have seen it. So some of the things do make sense, and I don't know if it's going to be that scenario where lower class system, upper class system type of thing.
Right.
They're making it so that this is a 15-minute commute to anywhere within the Lion City for anyone without discrimination of class system or whatnot.
Imagine trying to say you were late.
Yeah. I mean,
The traffic, boss. I couldn't make it.
wow.
You 10 minutes to get from here to the other side.
The other thing that I don't know, I mean, I'm sure they have. They're smart people that are undertaking this project, and the Tolosa one as well, and for the U.S. project that they're envisioning. The one thing that I always think of as an aspiring security personnel, right, is the security aspect of this futuristic autonomous
Yeah.
city.
That could
Now-
be a definite problem.
How much have they thought into, because if you're making a city, it's where it's going to be extremely autonomous. There's a huge amount of risks in cybersecurity hacking. Imagine your entire transit system gets hacked.
Yeah. Now
And-
everything's moving backwards, or you get collision of trains, or
Yeah. Your whole iRobot city is now hacked.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So that would definitely, we'd like to think that that is top priority.
Yeah.
But it always seems to be at the bottom of the chain. They have, okay, handle this. And somebody's like, yeah, sure, got it. I'll put a passcode on the Wi-Fi. Easy. And then, now the trains are doing backflips.
Yeah.
We got the trains doing nollies. 50-50 grinds going through.
Yeah. So
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
my brain always jumps to that specific thing. Like, holy shit, this is a super iRobotic type of city that they're creating.
It very much is.
It's super. The more futuristic you get, the more technological advanced that city is, the more autonomous everything becomes, is what they're actually pushing for.
Yeah.
That there's a lot more security risks for it. And
I think,
for the people as well.
Yeah.
You know? So now you've put just the people in a kind of, that actually gives the people that are building the city a whole lot of control over people's lives as well.
Yeah.
Because imagine if they wanted to lock people in that whole city.
Where are you going to go?
With
How are you going to get out?
With a simple hack, with a simple control system.
Lock the doors. You can't get out.
Boom. And imagine they pass a bill, they pass a law in this city. No Second Amendment is allowed.
Right? No guns.
I don't think guns are allowed in the UAE anyways.
No, not in this one. I'm talking about the Tolosa one, the US one. What if they're like, well, this is a futuristic city. What if they go out, just like they're creating more laws and they're making, for example, corporate companies, they are not held accountable because of a certain law that's put in place to protect companies like Facebook, Amazon, and all the other TikTok, whatever other these social media companies and these tech companies. You cannot hold them accountable. You cannot sue them for example, your content, like say explicit content, right? There was a story out of Florida. Two teenage boys were sharing explicit photos, explicit content to a supposed girl that there was a guy that hacked into this girl's account, social media account, used her account pretending to be her and requested explicit videos and explicit content basically from these two teenage boys. And they thought there was her, okay. So they sent. Little did they know that that wasn't her. And now the families are going after the tech companies trying to say, my boys were framed for this. We would really like you to take these explicit contents down from your Facebook or whatever company that it was. There is a law in government that protects them, that protects these tech companies, that says we don't have to take that content down if we don't want to. Because to us,
it's under their guidelines. If it's not,
because it does not violate their guideline terms, their terms of agreement, their terms of the community guidelines and whatnot.
So it can just stay up. They don't have to do anything.
They can choose to keep that content up. And as a result, the whole school has been able to see these explicit contents of these two boys. And one of them have gone, a little, he's been having thoughts of unaliving himself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that kind of thing. Yeah. You get bullied pretty quick for that kind of thing. I mean,
so that's why they've been trying to push the Congress and the people in the government to put another bill in place, put another law in place that we can hold companies liable, we can hold them accountable to take it down.
Yeah.
But they're having a really hard time. Imagine that. That's actually pretty insane to me.
You would think that kind of information would be against any and all social media guidelines, right? But there's always stuff that slips through. There's always...
That's too much money to turn down for the government.
It's click, 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 click.
But also, You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of how the Pfizer, Moderna, none of these companies Big Pharma couldn't be prosecuted for the vaccine.
That's another rabbit
There was
hole.
like a blanket immunity given to them. So it reminds me of that.
Yeah, that's another huge rabbit hole we can go down. But yeah, that's insane. Yeah. So, they can do whatever the hell you want when they have people living in these type of autonomous cities where you're basically signing your rights away.
Yeah, you pretty much live in a fishbowl. Hey, look, great idea. More power to them. I'll send a postcard. I'll be on the outside. There ain't no way in hell. I'd live in the woods. I'm fine. I don't need to live in a glass box.
Yeah, I'll hunt me some squirrels and I'm good. I'm good, buddy.
Maybe I visit. Maybe.
Visiting is good.
But
yeah. Anyways, so these were some of the interesting things that we came across. We have gone well over past.
Yeah, we
past
made
our
it a little
time.
long today.
It's all right, man. These conversations can go long, but hey, they were good conversations.
It was a good talk. It was a great talk. I really enjoyed it.
Me too. I felt like we could go on for a lot longer. I mean, we can go for a lot longer on these topics, but let's cut it here and let's visit some other topics.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more interesting content coming your way. And yeah. And anything else you want to impart?
If you guys made it this far in the video, make sure you drop a like. Leave us a comment. Anything we covered today. If you find anything interesting, let us know. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And reckon we'll see you next time. Kev?
Well, shit. I said, does he have anything to impart? He said, hell no. I'm out of here.
Nothing from me.
Nothing from you.
All right. Nothing from me either. Let's go.
See you guys.
Until next time. See ya.